Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on DBMS. In our last discussion, we saw that how we can find out the closure set of attributes, and today we will see that how we can use that property to check the equivalence of two set of functional dependencies. Before moving on to the problem, we need to understand that why do we have to perform such comparison. So let's take an example. Suppose there is a ER diagram for one problem that we have to implement, and there are two engineers. By looking at that ER diagram, they have converted it to the relational model, and for that relational model, both the engineers have given a set of functional dependencies. Suppose engineer 1 has given this set of functional dependencies and another engineer has given this set of functional dependencies. Now for implementing the project, we have to proceed with one among these two set of functional dependencies. So now what do? We have to compare these two sets of functional dependencies to find out that which set of functional dependency is better, and we need to forward proceed with that particular set of functional dependency. So now for that, what do? We have to check, we have to see right now that these two sets of functional dependencies are not at the same point, right? So to compare these two set of functional dependencies, we'll first have to bring them to the common point. And how do we do that? Let's see. So first, whatever is there at the left hand side of this set of functional dependency, we'll write down those attributes. First is A, then there is AC, and then there is E. Now what do? We try to find out the closure of all these sets of attributes, not using this set of functional dependency but with this set of functional dependency, right? So now let's find it out. For A, what is the closure? We know that first thing that we write over here is A. If we know A, we also know CD. Now anything else? No. Now again for AC, if we see, so if we know AC, we can write it out AC over here, and if we know A, we also know CD. C we already have over here, so now we will write D. And anything else? No. For E, first thing that we write is E. If we know E, we also know A and H, so we can write over here A and H. And if we know A, we also know CD, so we can write CD over here. So now we can see both these sets of functional dependency over here are at the same pace. Now we can do what? We can find out the closure of these attributes using this set of functional dependency. So for A, we can see that we can find A, then we can find C, and then if we know AC, we know D. So we can write it over here. So now we can see that for this attribute, both set of functional dependencies can find the same number of attributes, right? So this one is fine. So we can say this functional dependency is very well taken care by this set of functional dependencies as well as this set of functional dependencies. Next we have AC. So now for AC, we do have A, C, and if we know AC, we also know D. So again, for AC, both set of functional dependencies can find out the same number of attributes. Now, again for E, we can find out E. Then if we know E, we also know AD. And if we know E, we also know H. And if we know A, we also know C. So now again, we can see over here that for E, both the attributes are same, right? So with this, we can say that whatever we could find out with F, we could also find out with G. So with this, we can say that F is the proper subset of G. Now we have to check it out for G. So in the same manner, we will write down the attributes of left hand side on G, and we will find out the closure of these attributes using F set of functional dependencies. So we know to find out closure of A, from here we can write what? A, then we know C, then we know AC, then we know D, right? So this is the closure set of A for this set of functional dependencies. Now for E, we can write, if we know E, we know E, then for that we have AD, and then we have H, and if we know A, we also know C, and if we know AC, we also know D, but D we already have over here. Next thing that we have to do is, now we will check for A and E, we will again compute it for G. So for G, we know that for A we have A, then with A we can know C and D. So these two are equal. Now for E, if we know E, then we know A and H, and if we know A, we know C and D. So again we can see that these two are equal. So with this we can say that G is the proper subset of F, because whatever we could find out with this set of functional dependencies, we could also find out with that set of functional dependencies. And we know that if F is the proper subset of G and G is the proper subset of F, that means F is equal to G. Right? So now in our next lecture, we will discuss some more examples on this. Thank you.